Hey Virgo, welcome to Sweet Tea Astrology and Tarot. My name's Erica. Welcome to the channel. I'm so glad that you found me. This is your 2017 Astrology Heads Up forecast for the lovely Virgo. We're going to start off the year of 2017 under the influence of a Mercury Retrograde in Capricorn. If you want more information about that, you can check out your January astrology video that's already been uploaded to YouTube. I'm going to talk about February through December. So, why don't you set a spell so we can talk about your stars, Virgo? Now, on February 9th or 10th, depending on where you live on the planet, we will be experiencing a 22-degree Leo lunar eclipse. This is in your 12th house. All right. Lunar eclipses are usually associated with endings or closures. This is your 12th house. The 12th house is the house of limitations and repression. It also is the house of karma, self-undoing, and secrets. It's secret enemies, secrets that you keep from yourself through repression, secrets that are kept from you, and secrets in general. So, the lunar eclipse could be bringing a closure in some way to that 12th house energy. Now, towards the end of February, the 25th or 26th of the month, depending on where you live on the planet, we will be having an 8-degree Pisces solar eclipse, and this is your 7th house. The solar eclipses are associated with new beginnings and fresh energy, or shifts in circumstance, really. The 7th house is the house that's ruled by Libra. It's the house of your partnerships and your relationships and how you identify who you are through those interactions with other people. It also speaks to counseling and open enemies. Open enemies are someone who you would have an open beef with, someone who you would testify against in open court, or possibly someone who you would argue with online in an open forum where other people could see what's going on. I see it as that, but because it's an eclipse, it probably won't be that. It'll probably be the other stuff. Now, March through mid-April, we have pretty big stuff going on. We have Venus, the planet of love, beauty, harmony, money, and resources, going retrograde in Aries and tiptoeing back into Pisces. This is your 8th and 7th houses. The 8th house is the house of other people's money, life, death, birth, and rebirth. It deals with instincts, sexuality, transformation, metamorphosis, and regeneration. And the 7th house is that house of partnerships, counseling, open enemies. During the last part of this Venus retrograde, we're going to have Mercury, the planet of thought, movement, and communication, going a retrograde in Taurus and then tiptoeing back into Aries. So, this is a really important time to take a look at your money and your resources, your communication in love, your communication dealing with money, and the things that you value during the spring months. You're going to find a lot of focus on that area. Mercury going retrograde in Taurus, that's your 9th house. That's the house that's ruled by Sagittarius. And I like to think of the 9th house as your worldview expanded through study or travel. The 9th house covers long-distance trips, adventures, questing. It covers the study of foreign languages, religions, philosophies, astrology, legal system matters, and political matters. It also governs foreign people, foreign places, and foreign things. It is the house of higher education. The 8th house is that house of life, death, and rebirth. Other people's money, instincts, sexuality, transformation, metamorphosis, and regeneration. Now, moving on through the summer, we've got in August the other set of our eclipses and a Mercury retrograde. August 6th or 7th, depending on where you live on the planet, we will be having a 15-degree lunar eclipse in Aquarius. Lunar eclipses are associated with closures or endings, and this is in your 6th house. This is a house of work and health, or competencies and skills that you bring to the services that you provide. It also deals with the daily grind and what you do on a daily basis. So it could be a way of taking care of yourself. You decide to shift that energy and change it. It could be that you decide that you want to change jobs. It could be that you decide that you want to change your daily routine. Now, August 11th through September the 4th, we're going to have another Mercury retrograde. There will be 4 in total. This Mercury retrograde will be occurring between your sign, Virgo, and Leo. So this will be the first house and the 12th house. The first house I like to think of as the physical embodiment of who you are and how the world sees you, because it is your appearance, your physical body, and your personality for the first house. The 12th house I like to think of as the darkest recesses of the mind, because that's limitations, repressions, karma, self-undoing, and secret enemies, secrets, dreams, stuff that's hard to see. Now, during this Mercury retrograde, you will be experiencing a solar eclipse. On the 20th or 21st of August, depending on where you live on the planet, we will all be experiencing a 28 degree of Leo solar eclipse occurring in your 12th house. So a new beginning in this 12th house. A new beginning of karma. A new beginning of repression or limitation or self-undoing. Forewarned is forearmed. Moving on into October, we're going to have another big energy shift. Jupiter, the planet of increase, expansion, and excess, and achievement, is moving into Scorpio, and this is your 3rd house. The 3rd house is ruled by Gemini. It's the house of your neighbors, your neighborhood, your siblings, your cousins, and neighbors. It covers your communication as well. And communication is a big sector just in itself. Communication is your communication devices. That can be your phone, your tablet, your laptop, anything that you use to get your voice or your message out into the world or use to communicate with other people. It also covers your the way that you speak and the way that you think. It's the way that you communicate to people and how they interpret you and how you interpret them. It also covers your commute. That is how you get there, and that can be the road, the route, the path that you take, but also the vehicle that you take. The fact that Jupiter is moving in there could be a change of your commute. It could be a change of your neighborhood. It could be a change in those areas of life that I've spoken about. In December, we've got our final Mercury retrograde. This starts December 2nd and it goes through December 21st. Mercury will retrograde throughout the sign of Sagittarius. And this is the only Mercury retrograde of 2017 where Mercury isn't tiptoeing into another sign. So Mercury will retrograde for its entirety of this Mercury retrograde in December in your 4th house. The 4th house is the house of home and family, or roots and foundations. Home is where you live or where you consider home to be, and family is who you share that home with. That can be your family, be your parents, or your partner, or your spouse, your children, fur babies, roommates, housemates, house guests, or your roots, or your foundations. So, you might be getting information about your home or your family, and it could be something that you didn't know. Now, the final energy I want to speak about is one that's going to last for a while. December 19th or the 20th, depending on where you live on the planet, Saturn will move into Capricorn. And Saturn rules Capricorn, so Saturn will be comfortable here, and this is your 5th house. The 5th house is the house that I like to say has your fingerprints and DNA all over it, because it's where you have skin in the game. It's the house of your artistic, creative spark. It is the house of your pleasures and your social life. It's where you fall in love. It's where you create your romance. It's where you create your babies. It's truly where you have skin in the game. It's where you seek your pleasure and where you have your social life. Now, Saturn moving into this 5th house could be that there is going to be a lot of structure required in the 5th house. And if that structure that has been built in the 5th house isn't solid or strong, it could disintegrate for you to rebuild it stronger, better, faster, bionic, billion-dollar man stuff. So, Virgo, that's what I see going on for you in the stars. What I'm going to do now is pull 4 cards for you from the Sage Goddess Gemstone Oracle deck to round out this reading for your 2017 Heads Up video. I'm wearing the Red Rooster shirt, the Sriracha shirt. This is my fiance's shirt, but I was trying to be festive because 2017 is the year of the Fire Rooster. Okay, that's like 7 cards trying to fall out at once. A lot of 12th house stuff going on. You may be feeling really tired or restless. Dream journals would probably be really good for the entire year. Your dreams may be crazy as well. A lot of 12th house stuff. It could be a karmic time. Okay. Let me cut, because we had a card fly out. Let's see what we got. Okay. I've never pulled this card, so I'm probably going to massacre the name. It's called Shiva Lingam, Shiva-Lingam. This deals with Kundalini, vitality, rebirth, and oneness. It can help heal and amplify the vibrations of your sacral chakra. Shiva Lingam is the stone of sexual energy or prana. It opens the Kundalini, awakens passion, treats impotence and infertility, and spurs creativity. You have pulled this card because it's time for your sacral liberation and discovery or creative inspiration. Meditate with Shiva Lingam to welcome a creative breakthrough, ignite sexual magic, and align with the divine. This is another one that hasn't fallen before, so I'm probably going to massacre the name. Chrysocolla, Chryssocolla. Chrysocolla deals with freedom, divine feminine, and finding your voice. It can help heal and amplify the vibrations of your heart and your throat chakras. And with us having the Leo lunar and solar eclipses throughout this year, it speaks to that because Leo rules the heart. Chrysocolla is a sacred feminine stone that summons ancient intelligence and invokes your inner strength. You have pulled this card because you need courage to communicate your thoughts and wisdom with enthusiasm and force of spirit. Meditate with this gemstone to find freedom, channel universal wisdom, and to live in alignment with your highest good. The third card that was pulled for you is the Black Onyx card. It deals with self-mastery, inner strength, and focus. It can help heal and amplify the root chakra vibrations. Black Onyx purifies your thoughts, enhances mental aptitude, and encourages persistence. It has a calming influence. You have pulled this card because you need to be reminded of the following principle. As we think, so we behave and believe. Meditate with Black Onyx to encourage positive thinking, promote resilience, and embrace a tranquil outlook. The final card that was pulled for you is Hematite, and it deals with grounding and shadow integration. It can help heal and amplify your lower chakras vibrations. Hematite offers grounding, hope, trust, and integration of the shadow. It is especially helpful in times of chaos and stress. You have pulled this card as a reminder that you possess the energy, the strength, and the courage that you need. Meditate with Hematite to connect deeply with the earth, surrender to the universe, and feel reassured that all shall be well. Well, Virgo, I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. And if you already have, thank you so much from the bottom of my very grateful heart. I'm going to be around mid-month for your January full moon readings, but I've got to get this series finished first. So I'm going to go ahead and stop rambling and say thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. But until then, take care of yourselves. Namaste, and bye, Virgo.